The forest stretched endless and dark beyond the flickering glow of the campfire. Four friends sat close to the flames, the orange light painting their faces against the shadows of towering pines. Jake, the self-appointed leader, was telling the story, his voice carrying the same swagger he'd had since high school. Beside him sat Sarah, cross-legged, her hair pulled into a messy bun, eyes flicking nervously into the trees. Across from her, quiet Thomas kept poking at the fire with a stick, his glasses reflecting the embers. And then there was Mia, thoughtful, sharp-eyed, the one who'd insisted this trip would be one last adventure before college pulled them all apart. The campsite was nothing special, a fire pit, scattered sleeping bags, and coolers of snacks, but the woods gave it a weight. No cell service, no lights beyond their circle of fire, just the long, whispering silence of trees and something unseen watching from the dark. Jake grinned as he leaned closer to the flames. "You guys want to hear something real?" he asked. Sarah groaned. "Not another ghost story." "This one's true," Jake insisted. "They say people vanish in these woods. Whole groups, gone without a trace. No bodies, no footprints, just the smell of smoke and whispers in the trees." Mia rolled her eyes, but a smile tugged at her lips. Convenient we're telling this at a campfire in the middle of nowhere. As the night deepened, their laughter faded into silence. Somewhere in the woods, a branch snapped. Thomas froze. "Did you hear that?" Jake shrugged. "Deer. Or a raccoon." But Sarah didn't laugh this time. She was staring past the fire, into the dark, where two pale eyes seemed to glimmer between the trees, and then disappear. The group tried to shake it off. They roasted marshmallows, traded stories, and turned up the music on a Bluetooth speaker. But the mood never fully recovered. Sarah kept glancing over her shoulder. Thomas muttered that they should have camped by the lake instead. It was Mia who first noticed the smell. "Do you guys smell that?" she asked. At first, it was faint, almost like burned wood, but not from their fire. This was sharper, heavier, a mix of smoke and something sour, like burned hair. Jake sniffed the air and frowned. Probably another campsite nearby. But they hadn't seen anyone else all day. The smell grew stronger as the night went on, curling around them in waves. Thomas coughed, pulling his hoodie over his nose. The smoke seemed to seep from the trees themselves, though no fire burned beyond the campfire. Then came the voices. Soft at first, a whisper like the wind. Then clearer. Children laughing. A woman's cry. A man shouting in the distance. Sarah's hands shook as she clutched her blanket tighter. "Jake, this isn't funny." "It's not me," Jake snapped, though his own bravado was thinning. The voices grew louder, weaving around them, overlapping, until it sounded like a crowd was circling their fire. But when Mia swung her flashlight into the woods, there was nothing, just trees and darkness. Then her light caught something. A figure, standing between the trees. Tall, motionless, watching. When she blinked, it was gone. No one slept that night. They sat huddled by the fire, eyes darting at every sound. By 3 a.m., the fire was dying low. Thomas fed it more wood with shaking hands. That was when they noticed it. The forest was too quiet. No owls, no crickets, no wind. Just silence. And then the laughter returned. This time, it came from inside the clearing. Sarah screamed as pale shapes emerged from the shadows, figures stepping into the light of the fire. Their faces were blank, featureless, their skin gray and cracked like burned wood. They moved slowly, jerking unnaturally, as though puppets pulled by invisible strings. Jake grabbed a burning branch from the fire, waving it at them. "Stay back." The figures did not stop. They whispered as they moved, voices overlapping in a sick chorus. "Join us. Feed the fire." The smoke thickened, choking them. Mia grabbed Sarah's hand. "We have to run." But when they turned toward the path, more figures stood waiting. Dozens now, circling the camp. Their eyes glowed faintly, like dying embers. Thomas fell to his knees, coughing violently, as one of the figures reached out a charred hand toward him. Mia yanked him back, but he was fading, his skin paling, as though the smoke itself was draining the life from him. "Don't breathe it in." Mia shouted, but it was too late. Sarah collapsed next, her body trembling as the whispers filled her ears. Jake swung his burning branch wildly, screaming at the figures, but the flames sputtered out, leaving only smoke. Mia realized then that the fire wasn't protecting them. It was feeding them. By dawn, only Mia remained. She stumbled through the trees, coughing, her throat raw from smoke. The camp was gone. No tents, no bags, no friends. Just a blackened circle in the clearing, where the fire pit had been reduced to ash. No sign of Jake, Sarah, or Thomas. Not even footprints. Mia staggered into town hours later, clothes reeking of smoke. When she tried to tell people what happened, they dismissed it. Exhaustion, hallucination, trauma. But she knew what she saw. Some nights, when the wind shifts, the smell returns, sharp and acrid, like burning wood and hair. Sometimes, she hears laughter outside her window, faint and echoing. And sometimes, in the reflection of glass, she swears she sees them, gray, ash-skinned figures watching her, waiting. She doesn't go near campfires anymore, because she knows the truth. The fire wasn't safety. The fire was the invitation. And once you hear the whispers, once you breathe in the smoke, the forest never lets you go.